Hi, I'm Dan Aubuchon. This is The Joy of Tennis Teaching, back after a fairly long hiatus. I'm not sure exactly when the last time I was able to put out a video, but almost exactly a year ago today, I came home from 9 weeks of hospitalization. My health problems took a turn for the worse, and probably the thing that's affected me the most coming home from the hospital is I'm blind completely in my left eye and very limited vision in my right eye. For a while I was totally blind in both eyes, and that was a scary time, but I'm functioning well, and in talking to some of you, I wanted to get back to doing these videos. I know you were interested in doing it, and thanks to my assistant, caregiver, and the director producer of today's YouTube video, Reese, is helping me out. And so this is the first time that we've been back on the air, and I'm glad to do it. The original purpose of the Joy of Tennis Teaching YouTube site was to create a space, an environment where tennis coaches could work on getting better. And by getting better, I mean improving their abilities as a coach. The purpose of this channel was never to get involved in stroke mechanics. There's so much stroke mechanics on the internet and YouTube in particular, and in my opinion, most of it isn't very good. So I'll leave you to explore how you want to do stroke mechanics. I'd be happy to respond to any individual questions about the idea of stroke mechanics, but I really believe that a lot of tennis coaches never get the amount of training that would help them reach new levels of expertise as a coach, the mechanics of coaching. And so that was always the purpose of these YouTube videos. Back in 1979, Peter Burwash was convinced to write a book that became Peter Burwash's Tennis for Life. And Peter did not want to write a book about how to play tennis. What he was convinced is we could write a book that was going to be about how to understand the game of tennis. And that's what he set out to do with Tennis for Life. And after many, many years, I know Peter would always look at the book and see if it needed updating. It stands the test of time, because Tennis for Life was written to help tennis players and tennis coaches understand the game. And I believe that if you approach your tennis coaching not simply to teach people how to hit a forehand or a backhand, but how to understand the game, you'll make better progress as a tennis coach. And I've got something that a good friend of mine recently published. This is called Tennis Beyond Lessons: Coach Yourself to Better Tennis by Kirk Anderson. And this is a brilliant book, and it's because, very much like Tennis for Life, this book doesn't try to tell you how to hit the ball. It really teaches you how to understand how to play the game of tennis. And I can't recommend it high enough. I met Kirk Anderson many, many years ago when he and his wife and kids spent a brief time in PBI, and our paths kept crossing at tennis coaches conferences and workshops, and we've been good friends for many, many years. And Kirk is one of the most outstanding coaches I know in the game, and recently was inducted into the U.S. Professional Tennis Association's Hall of Fame. So this book was written by a true expert in the coaching world, and it's one of the most practical books that I've ever come across. So in closing, what I'd like to say is, please comment back, let me know what you think, and give me your questions and ideas for future YouTube videos. I'm hoping very much that we'll be able to do this on a weekly basis, so I would love to get this as customized for those of you who are watching it as I can. Thanks very much, and remember, enjoy tennis teaching.